promise.
Uh, See, today I'm going to cover last two topics. You can go and watch the video. Recording is there, but yeah, that nothing much. If you get any doubts, please come back and we'll discuss. So today I'm going to talk given a scenario, implement a public key infrastructure. So here they are talking about basically the public key. So the public key is nothing but let's say you have your house key and you want to give it to your family members. Okay. So if that is the case, then you give that it called a public key. So why you are sharing with all the members, right? Because you are sharing with all the members which are nothing but a public. So here in this technology, in this scenario, I mean to say that let's say you want to communicate to the unwanted people also, but you want a trusted communication. So that's the reason you have to share a key to them so that they can your communication would be in the tunnel. So in the what you say, no one can, the third party can't listen whatever you talk. So this is public keys infrastructure PKI they call it. Key management certificate authority and intermediate CA or registration authority, certificate resolution list, certificate attributes, online certificate status, protocol OSC, a certificate signing request or CN subject to alternative name or expiration. So this is the one of the good one we talk about always because see whatever the certificate you are getting, somebody should be there to validate, right? If that certificate is good or bad or okay valid or not. So somebody should be there to authorize you that okay this certificate is authenticated, so you can use it. So we call it as a certificate authority then. Let me show
But
you.
what is the certificate actually? I lost it. Like what we are talking about here.
So we discussed, uh, what is that? Single key, multi key, right? Symmetric and asymmetric, if you remember that.
That I remember, yeah.
Yeah. So though the certificate is nothing but a key. So in this scenario,
Oh, only key. Okay.
yeah. Okay, you see the screen. So certificate authority is CA verifies company server before issuing an SSL or a TLS certificate. So whatever you communicating, let's say the public, what we say that there is a server and we have a private key and SSL certificate. So key is a nothing but a certificate only. Okay, this is the key. So in the term they call it as they are the certificate to communicate. So in a company they have the separate department for this. So maintaining certificate. Why? Because the company is always depends on the third parties or here and there. So who will take care of that? So the certificate might be 1 year or 2 years or validations. So that department particularly look into that. Okay, if any certificate is going to expire or need to renew, then yeah, they will talk to and they will pay the payments. So this is the server. The server is certificate, and it is having their own private key, the private key and the public key. So if they want to communicate, they should need some authentication, so authorization. Say a secure authentication connection from between the user browser and the web server. So, okay, the public key is issued to encrypt the traffic, as I said. Private key is used to decrypt the traffic. So the public key is sharing the data to you. So you use your own private key and you get decrypted. So we call it as a asymmetric. Right? Asymmetric is having the two keys, private keys and public keys. Don't worry, you slowly get it. So present you understand like this. So if you want to connect with the public, so you need a certificate, right? Certificate means you are saying that okay, hey, I'm here. My name is so and so. Just like your education certificate. If I say that okay, are you qualified for the degree or some other education? Then you may immediately say, yeah, I passed or this is my proof from the university or whatever they provide the certificate, right? So here also in the communication way you show that okay this is my server detail certificate, okay, and here is my private key. So I can communicate to you. So when you get the certificate is nothing but your validation and everything. So you get a key. So you may have the single key or double key, but this is since this communication is asymmetric, you have your own private key, and to communicate there I have another public key. Don't worry, I will give few more examples so that you will get a clarity. like then application identity information generated CSR, so it is having the public key. So applicant is having the private key. This is the authority. So the authority is validating. Let's say you are going to work somewhere, some other company, and you say that they will ask you, did you complete your graduation? Then immediately you say that, yeah, I completed my graduation. Here is my certificate. So who will validate the certificate? So the somebody should be there to validate the certificate. So the new company, they will send a no the certificate copy to the original the wherever you complete the education, they validate everything okay. So the validation everything take care by your new company. But here in this case, the CA, the authority called CA authority will validate. Okay, when you share your certificate information, validation will be done at the CA and generate a signed self certificate, and after that they will give that the private key. See, look at that. Here in this case, two cases are private keys. That means symmetric. So here also single key using the same key is using here. Okay. So if we go and talk further more about the certifications, uh, where is the sender? Okay. Sender is here. Signature data to the recipient. So the recipient is check validating the sender details. So signature is okay. So he send a verifications to the verifier. Okay, if it is said okay, he start receiving it. But look at this, the certificate authority. Who gave the certificate to the sender should get the certificate, right? And that means in our case, you should get a certificate from your university in our case. So in the computer, who will provide the certificate? So there is some third party will be there. They will share it to you a certificate. So nothing but a key. Certificate is nothing but a key. Okay. So they will validate that. Okay. Registration authority request is okay. So after everything is sent, even the certificate is providing by also the third party certificate. So they will provide that before sending you, giving a certificate. So they will look into it about which company and what server you are using. Okay, what is the configuration of the server? Also, they will give the all your details, the certificate itself. So you will share it to the recipient. If I take the further more example. The client is here. Okay, he wanted to subject to identifier using the public key to communicate him to the other where the certificate authority. He validating himself. Okay, the certificates looks like there are multiple certificates for the multiple communication. If you are communicating to the server should you should have a X 509 certificate. Okay, then only if you are communicating to the server, definitely you need this certification. This is one of the certification, but yeah, this is made for the server. Okay, then key pairs will be there, the private key and public key. The public key you always share to the public. The private key always with the you only, the protected store. Or you get clarity, don't worry, I will give brief about more what CA other.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay, so when there is a software, right? Is that the software they like when there is a brand new software, um, do they have a certificate so that they can install it to the company's computers? Is that the way? Because I remember that one of my coworker, he was having a certificate issues. So
Mhm.
what it was like, he got a computer from us, like we were providing the computer to the healthcare uh healthcare company. All the staff members were getting computers from us, and he was trying to download the VPN, and he was getting a certificate issue. So in that scenario, um, so what was the problem?
So let me give the example. I access the Google page, right? So I
Yeah.
access
So
the,
I really want to see if I can get a real life scenario example.
yeah, I'm giving the real life. Look at this. So I'm just accessing the Google page. In the Google page, we are, going through the some images, but the images who is providing to me, it is there in the Google. So let me go back and check that. See, this connection is secured. Am I connected with a valid person? Okay, if I go to the connection is secure, how can I know that is a secured and it is a locked and communication is in, not public? I have to go back and check their certificate. So let me look at that. Certificate is valid, they said, but what all the details are there in the certificate? Issued to. So issued to Google. The certificate issued to Google. Who issued? There is a domain, there is a certificate authority in the Google. Common name is here. So they issued a certificate to Google. Organized number of certificate, they haven't given the details. Organized unit, they haven't given the details. But issued by, okay, common name is CN. CN was issued and WRA, this personal code. And organization is Google Trusted Service. Okay. And organization unit, they haven't given the details much. But how many days this certificate will be valid? Issued on the Monday, July 1st, 2024. And this is the time. And expire, when it is going to expire? It is going to expire on the September. Okay, what is the deadline? Is this. Since we've been talking certificate. So this is the certificate key, the digital certificate key. So in the physical key, in the physical lock, you may have the single keys, like symbols. You have seen that keys here and there. But in the certificate, it has a digital key. This is the digital key. So what is the type of the key? It is a public. So the Google is sharing with the public key. As a we are all accessing Google pages, and since it is a we for them we are the public, so it is sharing the public key to us, because you are getting my point.
Yes.
So certificate field, what all the details are there? You can go and check this. Okay, SHA size, certificate key, public key. So if you look at the certificate field, certificate basic constraint, certificate subject key, right? Also, you will find all the details if you want to go further. Okay, which version, serial number, certificate signature algorithm, issued and valid. So we can see that valid here only. So this is something, digital signature we need to the communicate any organization. So let's say there is another example. Since what you brought, that your friend is not able to get it because of the certificate expert. So he should get it the certificate. He should get the authority letter to the access that website. In a simple way, let's say if I want to communicate to the any server, the other side of the server or any company, if I want to visit to the website, normally what we do, we create a register, we register ourselves and username and password will be created, right? But okay, there is another way where if you want to bring some data from their company, so they first ask you that give me your certificate, validation certificate. So who validated? So you should provide similar type of digital certificate to them. Then the data transmit can be happened. Get my point? Hello?
Yeah, and when this expire, like it's showing here, expire on Monday, September 23, so that means that they will not be able to access it again, or what will happen?
Yeah, unfortunately it will not, but Google has a separate auto triggering here. So whenever it got expired, it is auto generates. You don't need to look into the manual. Similar way, if you are going to access anyone's page, so every certificate has a limited time. It is not a lifelong, but yeah, there are lifelong certificate also. But every certificate max has a 1 year or 1.5 year, 2 years. So it depends on the company. See, if I take the example of TCS, Tata Consultancy, or any big companies, even Google also has their own certificate authority, right? The common name is Google. Google has their own certificate authority. That name is they are not giving the front name. They just give the google.com. So this is not somebody who is validating. The Google itself has a authority to give the certificate. They will give, say here myself, I've been in this corporate field. I provide all these services. So what not? Google knows, everyone knows Google, right? So they issue their own certificate. We can do it that. Big companies always, start their own separate entity as a certificate department. Let's say Google is communicating to the Tata consultancy. Then Google, Tata Consultancy will ask that, give me your certificate so that I can transmit my data and we can communicate each other. Getting my point? It is nothing but a digital signature. Just feel it like that.
Okay.
So there are certificate authority, intermediate CA or registration authority. So as I said, if you want to create a login account, then you should register with that. So there is a registration authority, certificate revocation list. So these are nothing but a public keys type of the registration: CA, CN, RA, CRL. So SCP, online certificate status protocol. So you can see that OCCP, right? Yes. See, OCP certificate validation. This is Oracle's one. If I take the second one, this is Fortinet. This is nothing but a firewall product supply. They have multiple services, but one of the most important is they do the firewall services. So the online certificate status protocol is an alternative to the certificate revocation list. Is used to check whether the digital certification is valid. If it has been revoked, so what is the certificate, and you can just check it. That nothing but a validation, but they mean to say that there is a certificate also there, is the alternative certificate revocation. Like use it to check whether the digital signature is valid or not. So they are talking about types of the certificate, nothing else. Okay. And the online certificate status protocol. So that's what now we discuss. Online certificate status protocol, certificate singing request. Acha, one more example you may ask that, okay, let's say I created my own certificate, I will go and showcase them. Are they going to accept it? No. The big companies will not accept you if you create your own identity and saying that I'm so and so. So please accept me and let me access your data. So there are predefined standards. Like they look into that what level of your IT, how long you've been in the company, like how long you've been in the market, what are the services you are providing. So they look back and check that even your audit reports also. I'm talking about companies, right? Let's say the TCS, the Tata Consultancy, Google saying that, "Oh, I have my own certificate department. So let me issue my certificate my itself." So what they mean to say that they are saying that we have our own identity. Why should we go to a valid third party? Let's say there is a third party vendor support is also there. If you want to get the any new certificate, the vendor is also provides something like you can create your own key, but if you are more than enough, you've been in the market, you know everything, and you have particular services to the market, yeah, you can do it. Otherwise, the third party will also help you. The third party says that, oh, here is the Fahim, so he's working in this company, so please take this certificate. So in a physical way, but in a virtual way, in a computer language, so you can create your own certificate, but somebody should be give the certificate. So there is a department called third party CA, and there are the third parties also there, subject to alternative name and space. Again, types of the certificates. So there are types of certificates for each communication. We've been in the net, we are using email, sending, using email, or developer is there, or any cyber security analyst are there. So there are types of the monitoring logs. So what are the certificates? Wildcard certificate. So this certificate is anyone can get it. Subject alternative names, code singing, self-signed. Self-signed is nothing but you created your own self-certificate, but no one will have it until and unless you are found enough. Mission computer, email, user, root user, domain validation, extended validation. So what are the areas you get the certificate? All these areas you get the certificate. Certificate formats, again, they talk about what all the formats should be there. So if you look at on the top, the organization name and below name, and then the third column, it should be, what education you have done. The similar way, if you look here, we have certain format when we are talking about certificate. Connection is secured.
You give me 2 minutes, I'll be right back.
Okay. Refresh is back.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, I'm back.
So again, talking about certificate, distinguished encoded roles. So if you take that there are certain format issued to whom, issued by whom, and a valid period and short. So they are talking about the formats. So privacy enhancement email or personal information exchange, P12, P7, they are the type of the format codes. Okay, concepts. So where are which are the places you will get your certificate? Online versus offline. Okay, you can get it in the online or you can offline also. You can create the stapling or pinning or trust model or key SQ or certificate chaining. So the certificate chaining is nothing but, let's say you got a certificate one from the particular organization. Then you say that, okay, I want, to work with that company. I'm not only transforming the data. So I need, business for business. We also have a business partnership. Then they use the previous certificate and they issue another certificate. So that is called a certificate chain. Okay. Are you clear about all these topics? Yeah, I'm listening.
So we can move on the next one.
Yeah. Okay. So operations and instance response. So given a scenario, use appropriate tool to access organization security. So here there are two topics they are talking about: operations and instant response. So operations means nothing but they will look on departments. Let's say we've been in the cyber security, we are talking about cyber security topics. So when I say the operations, what all the departments are included? Let's say as a cyber security analyst, so I should work with multiple departments, right? I should work with IT department, I should work with integration department, even work with the management, and I have to work with the antivirus team and firewall team. So there are the type of the department I should work with, core I have to be, operational to all the departments. So I don't know whom I'm going to talk, I should have the connection with them, I mean to say. So let the instant response is, let's say there was a attack or any something in a alert trigger. So whenever the alert or any investigation happening on the particular event or multiple scenarios or single scenario, let me say. So that is called the instant response. Let's say there was a virus outbreak, virus got installed on your computer. So what are the steps you are going to do? What is your action point? What is your predefined SOP, standard operation procedures for that particular virus, exploited or outbreak? So those steps or those actions, whatever we are doing investigations to remediation or removing the virus, they call it the journey. The journey is nothing but an instant response. Okay. So that's why see if you go and giving your interview, they will ask that do you know the IR process? The IR process are nothing but an instant response process. So network reconnaissance and discovery and trace route and trace route. So there are the talking about network reconnaissance and discoveries. So this topic is purely talking about, let's say if you want to hack in a particular company and just you wanted to know what are the network level possibilities. So the network level possibilities they are talking about network reconnaissance and discovery. So what are the possible ways we found? We'll find the trace route and trace route. Nothing but both are the same commands. We use the ns lookup command initially, IP configuration, so nmap, ping, pip, netstate, netcat, IP scanners, RP, root, call. The harvester is another one method. Sniper, scanless, DNSM, NASS, or Cuckoo. Cuckoo is also one of the scanner. We practiced nmap, but Cuckoo is a similar one. Even they call it as a sandboxing method is also there. So if you remember that we initially we applied some commands in the Windows itself. Like let me take that IP config. So it will give that what all the it give the details of the present IPv6 I'm using, temporary address. This is my IPv4 address, subnet, default gateway. Okay, internet adapter, VM network adapter I'm using on this computer, third IP, and I even give the adapter details of my particular IPv4. So when I give the IP v4 configuration, IP config, let's see if I give the trace route of particular IP. Let me find what is the Google IP or any public IP. And then okay, we'll give here itself. That's right. The route is tracing. Basically, when I type of the Google, it is going that what all the ways and how much time it is taking. Step one, 3 minutes. It first landed on my internal DNS server. And step two, it took 3 minutes and seconds, 6 hops it took and reached it to second level. So this is the route where basically it is telling that how they are reaching to the Google. So it is taking longer time, but yeah, trace route is completed. This is their Google destination from source to destination. This is my IPv6. Let me please remember the 804F. It should be there somewhere. My IPv6.
Yeah, it's on a subnet mask.
Yes, something else. Okay, the similar if I use the commands, what are other commands I give here? NS lookup, it will give the DNS address, this publicly available. So their IPv6 address details and norm name is google.com and is IPv6 one. So this is the DNS server of the NS lookup details. Even if you use the nmap is nothing but will scan. Let me scan this public IP, IPv4 IP of the Google. This is not working. Okay, because uh, it is not installed with our terminal. Since I know the IP, I can use the from our VMware. So yeah, nothing but it scans basically. So these are the network level commands I mean to say. So you can try it yourself. And the file manipulation, if anyone is changing your file, modifying content. So what are the manipulation they can do? Header they can change, tail or cat, grip command, ch mode or logger. If you want to change any commands or anything in the at Linux level, these are the Linux commands. Tail commands will bring you, and cat is nothing but it will display what are the content is there. Grip can search and bring you. Let's say if I'm typing with any operational file is there, I just need to give the operation, so it will bring all the operational related file names. CH mode, I can change the file rights. Let's say I have only view rights. I can change it to write. I can write and remove or delete. Logger. So these are the file communications. And shell and script, we've been talking about there are PowerShell scripts like SSH or PowerShell or Python. They are scripting environment they are talking, even OpenSSL. Packet capture, it is there. Like we had seen that Wireshark is one of the example, one of the Wireshark also mentioned. There are other tools for the packet capturing, TCP dump or TCP replay. So I showed you on the Wireshark, but yeah, we can, if you have time, you can try on the packet capture level at network level. Packet capture, if you want to capture at network level, you need any of these tools. Yeah, here is a shop, and this is a map one. Yeah, see one of the packet capture, I captured that one. So you can see this is downloaded by from the byte shark only. It's taking some time. So by the time we'll cover some other topic, let's see. Okay, and forensic, yeah, we have forensic tools separately. If you want to do thoroughly and for the legal department proof, yeah, there are tools, DD, MAM dump or WinX, FTP, Imager, or data speed. Autopsy also there. Okay. Explorer framework or nothing, but we saw that in the Kali Linux password crackers, even password cracks are nothing but so tools we use to crack the password and data sanitizations. So for the cleaning the data or modifying data, we use the separate tools. So they are mean to say that basically operational instance way, if you are looking at the network level or file manipulation or shell scripting, or packet capture of forensics, there are operational instant response. Okay. We go back and check if that tools got open, we can try it. Yeah, I don't want red version. See, these are the interfaces. Basically, it is looking by Wireshark. All interfaces I get. Still, it is getting loaded. This is one of the packet capture which we downloaded from the Wireshark. So here I can see that time format is different. So this is a they have their own time format. If I want to know what exactly time, I have to change this format to the readable format. And this is a VM source, and this is the source IP and broadcasting address, even destination address. Yeah, this is broadcasting address only. Source and destination is here. This is the packet level sequence. You can see that followed by 954, 591, 594. So they are the related packets from the source to destination, which protocol it use TCP or HTTP or NBNS or okay, what is the length? It will give on a destination port to what alternate port they have, and this they will clearly say that okay, the communication is established or not. So if you look at this, this is the physical layer net by S1. The net by S1 physical layers, they will give the flags. Okay, what are the communication response, message is period, and opcode is fresh. So it is difficult to understand initially for opcode. So forget about that. We just need to look into that which mission is in query that one. So this is the host mission was queried from the workstation, and these are the class. IN is India, one mission. What other details we can see that Okay, this is a source mission and type B India time to leave 3 days ago, 11 hours. Okay, and the flag was unknown. Address is this. You can see that address, source address for destination address, trying basically. This is the destination address group. This is from the source. I'm getting the traffic. What are the user datagram is nothing but is a network layer. If you remember the voice layer, let me show you that voice layer have the 7 layers, right? I think you remember two of you, but still let me. So they are talking about physical layer is nothing but the initial layer. Initial layer, then they talk about data link because if you look at all three layers works only in the network layer. Even the Wireshark also I said that it works in the network layer. So all below 3 layers it is working. Yeah, you can see that application type also, but it initially start from the physical to data link and network layers. So did you get my point?
Yeah.
The fragment, what is the protocol UDP and flags also you can see. Don't fragment set. There are 6 type of flags: send, urgent, or reset. Let me show you that what all the network flags we call it. Step one, pin and acknowledge. So this is the source. Okay, host A data transfer to host B. Host A said pin and acknowledge. Please acknowledge that one. Host A sent to host B. Host B said okay, ACK. That means acknowledge and send to host A. And then host A said that okay, file acknowledge and fin and acknowledge. So that means okay, I acknowledge your certificate. Okay, then A sent host A sent to host B. So acknowledge the communication now established. This is called flags, 3 type flags. So what are the data flags? Pin and acknowledge, acknowledge, acknowledge. So the, this question would be there. So wherever you go, they will say that what is the no establish flag connection. In a simple way, you can say that first A send to the sync to the B and B send that okay sync and acknowledge my certificate and send to A. So the A will acknowledge the B certificate and connection A to B established. This is nothing but communication established. Okay, in the interview, they might ask you that okay, how the communication established from one host to other host, one computer to other computer. So in the network way, they have 3 flags. First sync, A will initiate and B will send the sync along with the B certificate to the A and A will acknowledge it. So don't be confused. So since this is the first time, so you may get bored or something like that. But after used to be, you will get familiar with these times. So basically, if the one host communicate to the other host, this is the initial level of authentication happens in the back end. So that's why in the interview also you will get what is 3-way handshake. The 3-way handshake is nothing but sync and acknowledge. That's all. So the connection will be established A to B. So we are
So
being
when A is sending package,
yes,
B will say yes, I received the package. Uh, and then B said B send the package again to C.
yes. Look at the arrow. A first initiate the access. Then
Yes,
B will send the initiate access along with the B certificate acknowledgement. So the
right.
B says that okay, acknowledged. Sorry, A now initiated the second connection from B to A. Now A acknowledged the connection. So now A replying to the B saying that okay, I acknowledge your connection. So let's connect A to B.
Okay, that's called three-way handshake.
Yeah, 3-way handshake. Yeah, definitely for L1 level, they will ask this type of questions. What is the 3-way handshake? The question.
Yes, yes. That's I remember. That's important.
The flag I've been talking flag. So this is a flag one. This is nothing but binary code. Binary codes means there are nothing but logic gates. So this is their format of keeping this urgent pointer or acknowledge. This is the format of their code, personal code. So this is the acknowledge means okay zero, zero acknowledge, push means zero push, reset means zero, sync means one sync. Like from A to B, okay, I synced one. Finish again. There are six flags of communication, TCP flags, fields, and the 6 bit. Uh, this is another type of communication. Basically, this is our reference to the TCP header. So I should give you that what are the TCP header flags. TCP, UDP is also having their own flags. Sync acknowledge, queue. This is the TCP flag, and this is the on the physical device location, acknowledge and sync. So here used one means okay, acknowledged use. Again, sync means okay, this was sync. I said initially sync, acknowledge, and sync and acknowledge and sync. Remember that one. You want me to go there? So basically, these are the nothing but TCP communication flags. So how many flags here accepted? Only two packets accepted. Urge is not there. PST reset means reset the communication, reinitiate the pin means initiate the communication. So there are the six flags basically. Just wanted to find the six flags. Okay. I'm just stressing here because you may read there are types six flags are there in the TCP. TCP or UDP, they have six flags. Pin, acknowledge, reset, push, sync is also one command, and urgent. Send me again the packet. I couldn't receive it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. These are the all six flags of the TCP or UDP also you can say that. So those are the things you can see that like acknowledge, sync, urgent. So send me again. It is very urgent. I lost your packet or something like that. When the communication is happening from source to destination, from sender to receiver. So let's coming back to our packet. We can see that fragment set is 1. This is the total framework bytes, 110 bytes in the wire, 110 bytes captured on the interface 0. So what are the source and destination physical and IP address used? This is the destination, okay, destination physical address and bits and everything. This is the source one details. Let me minimize this one. And then after that interface protocol version, what protocol? Okay, from source IP is this, destination IP is this. And total length is 96. Identified. This is the physical on the drive physical address. This is 0x0 A and the interface one. And this is the source port, destination port, length of the port. Checksum was checked and verified. Okay, that was valid one. So this kind of checking were the source and destination ports. So it checked valid one. So you might get the what is checksum. Checksum is nothing but a validation of the port and destination. And the net bias level. This is nothing but physical layer level. It is checking. So that the network level is capturing all the packets. So if you go and see, this is the flow of the packets. Because I gave the order in the believe this order in the order way. Let me follow TCP stream. If I go to the HTTP stream, it will give the only HTTP request. This is the header of the HTTP. Okay, the host name is this, where that is communication is happening from the, we've been talking, this is the source and destination. That means the traffic is coming to interface. The copy traffic is coming to in-host. So this is the inbound communication where that initiating the communication, this is the source side, source domain, and connection is now closed. Since this is the captured one, which HTTP version they use, HTTP.1.1 is okay, succeed. Length of this, what all that, which date it was captured, 3rd March 2024, this is the time frame GMT. The connection was closed. Connection type, text type, plain type. Connection control maximum 30 seconds only, validated. I follow that TCP1. Now I take the TCP1, also similar one, but it is overall give the communication where that one, what all the teams. By stream one was done, and HTTP is not there. So the packets in window, yeah, it is showing separately windows. These are the binary values, hexadecimal, and these are the strings in a readable format. Look at that. If I'm selecting G, so these are the hexadecimal values, and this is the binary value for that. If I'm selecting PV, so this is the hexadecimal value. Whenever I'm selecting, look at that. The other hexadecimal value 005056. So that is representing is the binary values. Are you there? I'm lost. Hello? Fahim? Hello? So let's,
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, I'm here.
did you get my points?
Yeah, those are like if we use it on a real life, then it would be easy to remember. Those I'm seeing for the very first time.
Yes, yes. Agree, I do agree. See, if you look at the Wireshark, that was the real example where we use that flags basically. We have to be patient and be focused very much. We may not every time, but in that in the analysis way, they might ask you, did you capture your packet capture? So whatever I showed you is nothing but where we use the flags and everything, we use it in the network packet capture. You remember this? See, this is the one of the network protocol monitor tool. So where we can get that source, destination, port number, and you will get that detailed packet details. The packet was acknowledged, denied, and okay. What are the packet cap flags, reg or urge or fin? So we can see the further detailed way in the traffic. That's it. That nmap one we already played. But yeah, see, slowly you will get to know this is your first time, understanding these flags. But remember, the three-way handshake is very much important, and as well the six flags also. But six flags we will again talk. This is the practical example actually. There is nothing much we can show you. This is a Wireshark where we use the network packet captured and we look into that what are the flags. This much only we can tell. This is the practical demo only actually.
So, Brahmari, briefly, like if they ask you explain the three-way handshake, how would you like an answer if you are an interviewer?
So the three-way handshake is nothing but there is a connection from the source to destination. So if it is want to establish connection, they should accept certain rules. Let's say if I want to communicate to Fahim, I will initiate the sync. So this is my certificate to the Fahim. Then Fahim will accept and say that okay, I accepted your SIM. This is my certificate. I acknowledge. Then you send back to me your acknowledgement certificate. Then the third one, I said that okay, it's the acknowledged one. I hope you haven't get that clarity, but let me show you again.
And like how they work, like and what situation we need them. I just want to know in a real scenario, you know.
Yeah, understood, understood. We see you are here, I am here, okay. And let's say communication wants to establish. I said that okay, you're sending A is sending the sync packet to B. Okay. Then B should acknowledge, sync and acknowledge, and you sending the reply to me. Step 2. And step 3, A accepted, okay, your certificate also I received, okay, let's communicate. So I acknowledge your sync and acknowledge. Step 3, I acknowledge. And okay, that 3 steps, sync and acknowledge. There are 3-way handshake. First handshake, I give them, I lift the hand, you will accept it and you will give that, okay, this is my pro. Acknowledge and sync. Then third step, okay, we both in the same sync. We both mutually understood. We are in the same. Then the connection will be established. This happens at the network level, initial level only, I mean to say. If you want to communicate to the B device, you should need the authentication. You should initially initiate the some communication. Let's say if you are going to talk a new person, what you say that, hi, hello, how are you? Like, hi, first word would be. And then you say that, okay, this is my proof. I wanted to talk to you. Then the third person, he's a totally new to you. He says that, okay, myself is so and so, this is my identity. Then after looking that each identity verified, then what we do? You start communication, right? You start your conversation. So the same thing happens at the network level. So initial level, I mean to say initial communication level should be start with the 3-way handshake.
Like how would we know that other party is responding and so that we can establish the connection?
Agree. Totally agree. Let's say you are here, a person you simply broadcasted. Here two conditions. Are you talking to the particular person whom you know, or you are talking to the new person? In our scenario, it is a new person. You don't know whom you are talking. Okay. Let's say even if I browse some particular page, the LinkedIn or any Google page, I know that okay, my address should be go to the Google page. I will simply type here google.com. So at physical level, at application level, I wrote that google.com. Then it is a presentation will take care of that. Okay, translate that into understandable language. The session will establish to the particular destination. The transport will transport. Okay, this is the packet size. He just typed the google.com and the network connection is going towards to the network servers. Okay, from your IP to the particular IP, and that data packet is transmitted from here to there. And the physical layer nothing but your wired connection. You may connected with the wire or you may connected internet through the Wi-Fi or some hotspot. So you started your communication. So the last layer, the physical layer. Okay, if you want to connection, will start here only, right? So you may type in the application in the browser you type, but after that all the procedures come down to network layer. From the network layer, it is going to touch. So before touching, they should need a handshake, 3-way handshake. He will send hi, it says hello, then say okay, chalo. The third connection would be chalo. So in our connection, sync to the second person, second person said okay, seen and acknowledge. I accepted hi, your say hi, I accepted hi, and this is my identity proof. Then you said, okay, your identity proof is good, let's communicate. Again, then the other side, that Google side will start with from the network. So physical data, whatever data you transmitted. So then it is go to the network layer, network to transport whatever packet you transmitted from the TCP or UDP. The session will establish. The presentation also will transmit, like, it is in the IP. So it will connect it to the stream. So, okay, this person is asking for a particular Google page. Okay, let me serve. We may not aware all these 6 steps. 6 to 1, we are not aware. We just simply typing at the Google page or some browser or some applications. We are take caring the user can view only that applications only. What happening behind is not able to, we can't see that one actually.
So it's happening like every website we're going to from every tabs, every second.
Every second, exactly.
Oh, okay. So like suppose the banking site, I don't have an account, and when it's rejecting me, so 2 levels are completing. The third level, on the third level, it's getting denied, right?
Yeah, see, first level you accessing your website at application. That means you in the browser you type your whatever bank is there. So that transmitted into the IP address and try to establish to the the other side. But before going to session, it is basically all the 6 levels are happening at your computer only. Please remember this. You typed in the Google page or somewhere in the application. Presentation or session, interest, transport, all these are active. But when they are active, when you communicate, when you connected to the network. I'm giving that here physical means you may connected your laptop through LAN cable or your Wi-Fi. So all these communications are happening here. Again, the other side will start from the physical. The physical layer is successful. Why? Because you are in the network. The data, whatever you browsed was sent and it was sent through the network and the who transported, let's say the TCP transported from the source to destination, even try to establish the presentation layer also cleared our other side of the banking sector saying that, okay, this is a particular IP and trying to access your website. We said, okay, if that person is my related to my business country, then okay, I'm allowing and view my website. If the person says that no, he is not authorized to access my website, he is coming from some other country, then he will block it. So he will block it at the either application layer or he may can block it at the network layer. The white shark, whatever you're talking is working only network, data link and physical layer and even the application layer also. But we can't see that, what is the presentation, translation or session one. But yeah, even transport is also we can see that we've been talking that which protocol it was used in the white shark, TCP or UDP. Okay. And HTTP traffic also we saw that the only thing interface we haven't seen that establishment. Okay. Park these two one separate. But yeah, coming back to your question, you typed in a website, but before going to the other side, you should pass all this on your network. The similar way the communication will start from the lower to up. Any communication, any browsing you are doing. So OSL layer is the sample architecture of that what communication is happening basically. If you take this another example of image, so the data whatever transmitting happens at the application presentation session layer. Okay, I don't think so you can see it. Visible?
Yeah.
Yeah. See the application present section layer, the data, whatever you type or whatever you files uploaded or whatever chatting was happened. So in the even look at your WhatsApp or any Signal or any web chat apps. So all things happens at the application level. So data we call it on all three layers only. After that we can't see the transport layer. It is happening behind. But we can see it is transport in the Wireshark if you are monitoring network. The similar way we can see the packet header, segment header, data size, and you can see the fragment header, packet header, segment, and they just added the frame header, the third, the second last, the physical layer data bits. As we saw in the format I showed you, this is a hexadecimal value, binary value. So there are the in the physical layer binary value. So you typed here, and it is all the way to come down to communicate to the other side. It again transmitted from the down to up. Similar way, if he is replying also, he has to come down all the way to down, and again the other side when you receive also it will come first to your network, data, network layer, transport, somebody has to transmit it and it will start, it appears on your page. Are you clear?
Yeah, 80% is clear.
Okay. Socrates, is he there?
Yes, but I have to, just as you said, this is the first time, so we need to.
Yeah, you need to see. Even for me, it took
Mhm.
more than 10, 20 times I read because to understand the communication.
Yeah, it's not easy to understand for the first time.
Okay, so the FTK attached P also there. Whenever you get time, this one you can do it on your PC. Hopefully, I have the software on this computer, but you can find it in the internet also. Attached, yeah. Yeah, this set of energy. But it is on the it is very lightweight tool. You can install on your computer. So you just install and do this on forensic. It is no, it's like a GUI application level. You don't need to go to any network or anything.
Windows XP after so many years later.
But this is best for us to give the demonstration. The other tools will not allow us to do.
Oh,
Just let you know, I can stay 10 more minutes.
I'm going to close in 5 more minutes, 5 to 10. Not that. So don't worry, you will small lighter tool you can install. Yeah, I mean to say there is a forensic tool. I have my own forensic setup, but it's very huge one. Definitely will get confused. Let's say I've taken. This is one of the my forensic personal tool, which is licensed now. They have mentioned it. Memdump, Winhex, FTK, Imager, Autopsy, so expert films. These are the nothing but type of the forensic tools. All these and exploration framework. We can see it in the Kali Linux. Password crackers. What are the password cracker tools are there? So I'm just pinging this one. That Autospy one. You please practice it. It's like you are interested because it basically roll back whatever you deleted unexpectedly or if you want to get your data backup. So this is the best to do the forensic, but it is not valid for the law legal. It is not valid for the legal. So the legal purely says that we need a binary values along with that. It will not get the binary values. So the summary is the importance of policy procedures and procedure for instant response. Sir, okay, we'll talk this one tomorrow. So one more thing, I'm stopping recording now.